I don't have a weapon, you do. But for me, if there's somebody with a weapon, I have to be what? I have to be offensive, then counter-offensive, counter-offensive. Okay? So everything is, I never play defense. It's about hitting first. Because this is the difference between combat and martial art.
Okay. So you're teaching us about doors. What is? Go ahead.
All right. So basically what I did is go ahead and hit. We're right here. I enter this door. Because I'm on this side, I see 4 doors I can enter. I enter on this door, thrust, and the weapon becomes mine. So in reality, when we thrust, watch what happened to the weapon. You see that? How it comes off. So during the time that I thrust, the weapon comes off. Okay? Now, the reason why we have certain ways to do this is because you see the weapon right now? Watch what happened when I thrust completely. Weapon handle goes straight to my hand. Watch that one more time. So when I thrust all the way, the handle goes to my hand. And that's why a lot of our movement starts from that. So the doors that, see this? This is the door. So when I enter that door, I grab the meat of the thumb. What makes the grip is the thumb that locks it. I turn that upside down. Now, instead of going to the strength against the strength of all your fingers and your grip, I'm going against fingertip. That's why. As I'm doing that, you notice the motion of my weapon is thrusting. So what I'm doing is this. This is what most common mistake people make. Disarming. Okay? Now, what happened? I just disarmed. Now you're ready to fire again. But if I do it in a way that when I disarm, you got something to worry about. Okay? So it has to happen incidentally. And when you enter on any of these doors, there should be a way on how you can protect yourself, because that's the only way you can enter. In the Filipino martial arts, some people will enter this way, some will enter this way, or some will even go here and cut that and back, or they will shield that. And this is what you call, this is disarm. It's disarm. Because it's all used blade. So when I do it with blade, again, and I do it empty hand, guess what I'm doing? The same exact thing. And the reason for that is if I've done that 10,000 times, that becomes a habit for me. Most of the time what's going to happen is I don't have a weapon, you do. But for me, if there's somebody with a weapon, I have to be what? I have to be offensive, then counter-offensive, counter-offensive. Okay? So everything is, I never play defense. It's about hitting first. Because this is the difference between a combat and martial art. Combat art and martial art. Combat art, you're already what? Engaging.
And does it work for forehand and backhand?
Oh, yes, it should.
So
now look, there's a door again. Let's see, there's a door again. Look at that. I can use my body, part of my body, or use your body and back. And the key, again, what I said earlier on the other way, I grab the meat of the thumb. When I go on this side, guess what I'm grabbing? See that? I'm pulling that because that's what makes the grip. Now I'm going against the fingertip. Instead of the whole grip, I'm going against the fingertip.
And for the people watching, I'm actually trying to hold on to this with full force. And as he's doing it, he's prying my hand open.
See that? Now look, I'm going to go one, look at that. Fingertip, 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 and then back. So it's not going to get strength to strength because as we know, look at that. Look at that. You got, yes. I can tell you've been working out. Okay? So ready? Look. Hold it tight, sir. As tight as you can. Okay, I thought you've been working out.
Right.
You see? Can't.
Actually, it hurts.
It hurts more when you hold it tight. Now I can do it from, go ahead, same one. I can go on this side. And you saw what happened there is here. Now I can go do that same exact thing. Okay, now here's why that works. Hold this up, make a fist. It's hard to make a fist when you put your hand up here. So when you go, I bring this up, makes it harder for you to make a fist, grab the meat and the thumb, then the weapon is mine.
Now I'm gonna be the comment section. What about the other hand? What are you gonna do with the other
Yes.
hand? So
Yes. See, that's why we're always ready for that. Because a person only have what? 2 arms?
yep.
So when you give me one, I have to worry about the second one. And look, am I doing the same exact thing? And what are you going to do? What are you going to do next? Thank you very much. Look at that. Because everything that we do is always designed so that a person only got 2 arms. When we take care like this, instead of struggling one here and then no, we're focused on this. We already know that once we grab that, next thing is going to come is that one. Yes. And the next thing is what? The kicks. See? And look.
Nice.
Okay? And also on top of that, if they decide, that's why our hand is always in a certain place and looking like this. You see? I'm already looking for that. Because those are the only possible things that you can do. So that's why with this, that's what made me fall in love with this art. It is because of that. What if? I was the what if kid back in the days. Nice. So I always invite the what if. Because the what if is the one that's going to make me a better martial artist, a better teacher. That's why I said we can learn from everyone. And if I make a mistake on the what if, I'll be the first one to give you a high five because I learn new things.
So I would guess if you're a civilian, what if we're not going to be walking around with these
exactly.
things? What if you had no knife and I had a knife on me? How does the 4 doors apply to this?
The same exact way.
Even if it's here, this
it
angle,
doesn't
this
matter
angle,
where. It doesn't
angle.
matter.
So if I came with a thrust,
like you said, you hit first. There's the 4 door. See, we're gonna bisect the line. For me to stop that, I have to bisect it. When I bisect that, I can grab the meat of the thumb or the side of the hand. Right? He punched with the other hand. Look, control the wrist. Easier. It's weaker. Right. Okay. Now look. You see, at the same time, I have control. It takes, instead of holding your big hand, I'm holding the index and the thumb because that's what makes the grip. When you hold that, look at that. Makes a big difference.
Yes.
And then because it's here, if you decide to hit, see, that's what the movement's about. You decide to kick, see, this will stop that. The pressure on the wrist will stop that. And this is another reason why, to prevent that kick from happening, when we're doing this, is this. That's why we do this footwork. I'm stepping on that. When I go here, you got to post that. See that?
Yeah.
That makes you all balanced. Now, I can bisect that line. Do you see this? You see this 4 doors? I can enter any way I want on that.
Nice.
And that makes it difficult for the person. It's about body positioning. And that is same thing. And then here, whoever takes the center wins.
Love it.
Yeah. So, but you notice my entry is always the same. 1, go ahead. I have to have what? The doors. Same. The doors. The reason why I do this is because knock the senses out. A person can only think of one thing at a time. You're thinking, he just slapped me on my face. Meanwhile, I'm taking the center. Right? And the next thing you're going to do is what? Thank you. Just speed up the process because that will be the next move. Without the blade, my movement will be what? Blocked. With the blade, that could be on your bicep, by the way. Thrust and then slash. So the movement is this. If it was an empty hand, it would be boom, boom, right? Movement, boom, same with the blade. If it was forward grip, it would be what? Boom, boom, and back. No difference. Right. Because we follow the blade. Yeah. So that's why I say the stick will teach you the speed of your hand. The blade will teach you the proper mechanics of your hand.
So then I'm assuming in a self-defense situation, hand-to-hand combat, I'm attacking. Is it the same
Yeah,
for?
it's the same line. You see this? But this one is ready, but that one's not. Now I can break that.
Now the only question I have too is the retraction, because it's
Yes.
fast.
Oh yeah.
Or like jab.
So
deep.
that's why, look, when you hit, I want like this. Retract fast. Boom. Now what am I doing?
Right.
Now I'm still being offensive. That's why when you hit, I wasn't blocking. I was trying to put my fingers on your eye.
Nice.
So when you hit, my goal is to put the fingers in the eye, but that was not available. I can do it here, I can break and back. So my purpose is always be offensive. And if you go fast and you pull that back and I miss, guess what I get?
Right.
Eye.
Nice.
Yeah. So when you punch me, see, my fingers is going to the eye. If my target, if my aim or my timing is off,
Yeah.
I'm first. So when do you hit? Before,
Yeah.
during,
Yeah.
after.
Nice.
That's why you can say it's always my turn.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much.